Have you ever felt a fear that made no sense? Like your mind remembered something your body never lived? Bruce Kelly always had a crippling fear of water, airplanes, and tight spaces, but even stranger, those fears came with vivid images of a sinking submarine. During a simple hypnosis session, he revealed the exact name of an American sailor who died in World War II, including the date, the location, and even the mission's details. The most unbelievable part, everything he said was later confirmed by military records. But if he never studied any of this, how did he know? Get ready, because this story will make you question everything you thought was real. Fears from a life that wasn't his. From a young age, Bruce Kelly was haunted by irrational fears. He was terrified of water, flying in enclosed spaces, sensations so intense they triggered panic. But there was no known trauma, no accident, no clear origin for the pain. His parents tried everything: therapy, medication, counseling, nothing helped. At 35 years old, Bruce finally turned to Dr. Rick Brown, a hypnotherapist known for working with past life regressions. During the very first session, something inexplicable happened. Without any prompt toward reincarnation, Bruce spontaneously began speaking as if he were inside a sinking submarine. With his eyes closed and voice trembling, he described the metallic creaking of the hull, the smell of burning oil, and the horror of watching crewmates drown. Dr. Brown documented everything, and the case quickly caught the attention of the producers of Unsolved Mysteries, who decided to follow Bruce's story. That's when things got even stranger. Under hypnosis, Bruce revealed a name, James Edward Johnston. He said he was born in 1921, died in 1942, and that his submarine had been attacked near the Philippines. He also mentioned another sailor, Walter Pilgrim, who died beside him. At first, it seemed like wild imagination until researchers pulled declassified US Navy records and everything matched. How could an average man with no military background, no historical training, recite specific names, dates, and events from WWII? What began as a quest to understand his fears became the most detailed and documented case of reincarnation in modern history, referenced by researchers like Dr. Jim Tucker of the University of Virginia. But what Bruce revealed next went beyond names. He remembered feelings, smells, and even favorite foods from that other life. The life of James Johnston and the evidence that matched. After saying the name James Edward Johnston, Bruce went on to describe deeply personal moments from a life that officially wasn't his. He said he'd been born in Jacksonville, Alabama, and worked for the Civilian Conservation Corps before enlisting in the Navy. He even named the exact camp Tule Lake in Northern California, a detail so obscure that even historians had to verify it. And when they did, James Johnston's name was there. Researchers from Unsolved Mysteries and the University of Virginia's Division of Perceptual Studies, led by Dr. Jim Tucker, checked every detail: birth records, enlistment dates, submarine deployment, crew rosters, all matched Bruce's account. Even the name Walter Pilgrim was found in the USS Shark's official personnel file. Bruce had also mentioned the exact time of death, February 11th, 1942 at 11:34 p.m., a timestamp only confirmed years later through military documents. But one of the most chilling moments was when Bruce visited Johnston's hometown. He stood outside a small house, pointed at it, and said, "This is where it all started." He described the layout inside, the sounds of piano music, and even the way wind used to whistle across the porch, all confirmed by the Johnston family. He also remembered an odd childhood detail: he loved eating the ends of the bread. A minor thing, yet the Johnston family confirmed that James was the only one who ate them. With each detail, the line between coincidence and something much deeper began to blur. The reunion with a past that was still alive. When Bruce arrived in Jacksonville, he didn't feel like a visitor. He felt like he was returning home. He walked the streets instinctively, turning corners as if his body remembered what his mind couldn't. He paused in front of a weathered house, took a deep breath, and whispered, "This is where it began." The Unsolved Mysteries crew filmed every second, and what followed was beyond explanation. Inside the home, Bruce described specific rooms, smells, even the sound of a loose floorboard in the hallway. None of this was public information. He was introduced to an elderly woman, James Johnston's mother. Bruce's eyes welled up. He called her mom and asked for forgiveness for not coming back from the war. She broke down in tears, and in that moment, time collapsed. This reunion was never fully understood, not by the family, not by scientists. Just raw emotion, unfiltered truth, a man carrying memories that shouldn't exist, and a mother mourning a son who may have returned. Bruce wasn't seeking attention or answers, just peace. Because some pain doesn't belong to this life but still burns deep in the soul. The scientific impact and the questions no one can answer. Bruce Kelly's story reached newspapers, TV networks, and more importantly, universities. It caught the attention of researchers at the Division of Perceptual Studies, led by Dr. Jim Tucker, a child psychiatrist who studied over 2,500 reincarnation cases. Tucker noted that Bruce's experience contained what he calls verified memory with no normal access, a hallmark of the most credible reincarnation cases. The late Dr. Ian Stevenson, pioneer in reincarnation research, had long stated that past life memories often emerge through unexplainable knowledge and emotional triggers. In Bruce's case, it wasn't just names or dates, it was a full spectrum of emotions, senses, and identity. Even critics like Dr. Michael Sudduth, a philosopher who investigates religious experiences, admitted this case shows more consistency than most modern reports. Mainstream science, however, still rejects reincarnation due to the lack of a biological mechanism. Skeptics argue that memories require brain tissue to exist, so how can consciousness transfer? But stories like Bruce's keep surfacing, pushing the limits of what we understand. What if consciousness isn't trapped in the brain? What if it endures? How Bruce changed after everything. After all the attention, Bruce Kelly could have walked away. He could have denied it all. But instead, he leaned in, he accepted it as part of who he was. He began speaking at conferences, assisting researchers, and telling his story with calm honesty. "I wasn't out looking for any of this. I just wanted to know why I was in so much pain." Following the regression, Bruce's lifelong phobias began to fade. The fear of water, small spaces, and flying simply melted away. It was as if by remembering he had finally resolved something left unfinished. He says that the trauma from his wartime death only stopped after the story was told. When asked if he truly believes he was James Johnston, Bruce replies, "I don't know how to explain it. I've been stopped not here to convince anyone, but I feel like I was him. And more than that, I feel like I still am." Not a definitive answer, but one that opens a door, a question. What if it's true? What if your soul remembers things your mind forgot? What would you do if you woke up one day with memories from a life that wasn't yours? Bruce Kelly didn't ask for this. He never wanted fame, just answers. But the names, the records, the family, and the emotions, they all pointed to one chilling reality. Something about consciousness still escapes us. Science may doubt it, religion may interpret it, but no one can fully explain what happened to Bruce Kelly. And maybe, just maybe, that's a sign that we've only begun to uncover what we really are. Because if he truly lived another life, how many lives have you lived and forgotten? Tell me in the comments. Do you believe in reincarnation, or is there another explanation? Leave your thoughts below. I want to know what you think. Dest forget. If this video moved you, if you made it all the way to the end, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. You'll find official sources linked in the description, including Unsolved Mysteries, US Navy records, and academic studies from Dr. Jim Tucker. See you in the next mystery.